5 years ago, a video titled Cable was uploaded on YouTube by Cool Jerome. I rewatched it and it honestly still holds up today. I haven't used the cable, now known as the shock and awe, for a long time, but the video inspired me to pick it up again. I still hope it holds up like it used.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
By the way. Dude. Oh, the movement in this game, sorry.
The stats of the shock and awe are as followed. It deals mini crits while blast jumping, but at the cost of a minus 54% damage penalty, a 50% slower deploy speed, and a 50% more knockback vulnerability. At first, it sounds horrendous since you're giving up a reliable self-defense tool for a slower deploy speed and only 30 damage per hit. That's less than the bat! But there's one more stat I haven't mentioned.
Stick goes boom.
And also no self-damage while airborne, but it's related to the other stat, which is why I haven't mentioned it before. So how does the caber do on stock Annihilator? Not good. You'll rarely wanna enter melee range anyway, so it basically becomes dead weight for most of the time. And even if the situation calls for it, it will perform worse than stock due to the as mentioned downsides and the fact that you take self-damage. This weapon is not made to be used like this. It does nothing. Okay, saying it does nothing would be a lie, since you can use it as a free mobility tool. But hey, it never was meant for stock anyways. It was always meant for caber jump. Saying that the subclass has seen better days would be an understatement. Sticky jumping already is pretty inconsistent, and now you're forcing yourself to use an already bad weapon with it. A weapon that can't even hold its own when needed. Also the fact that you need to pray that a light class took damage before you hit them does not yell good balancing for me. But you know what would be even funnier? If there wasn't subclass that did caber jumping better!
More where that comes from, punk!
Oh, right. It's really hard justifying to use it if there's a better version of it on a class with better mobility. You'd better off just playing Trollper. But the thing is that it wasn't always like that. It used to crit instead of mini-critting, therefore letting you kill light classes and more. But due to a change in balance philosophy, the Shockner and the Market Gardener got nerfed, therefore causing one of the most infamous balance changes in TC2 history. But unlike the Market Gardener, where after a bit of tiptoeing it got buffed to a balanced state, the shock and awe got mostly forgotten about. If I could summarize it, it would probably be...
Miss, I want to be a doctor when I grow up.
Did I just catch you wanting to be shit?
But that's not the only subclass Annihilator has. He also has anniknutting at his disposal. And to be fair, it does sound perfect. Anniknutting wants to be close to the enemy, and his shield bash can make up for the extra damage you need. But it's not that easy in practice. The explosion can self-damage you, making you more vulnerable to lethal damage. You won't be able to deal with higher health enemies effectively, forcing you to always run the Raging Bull. And after you swing, you're stuck with the worst melee in the game. But when it lands, oof. Just make sure that you don't hit any jaywalkers while you're charging.
Where's the John?
Also, when I say that you're vulnerable to lethal damage, I really mean it. Caber Knight is perfect if you want your KD to be 1-to-1. The Caber's use cases are so niche if not non-existent. You'd better be off just using pipes instead of the Caber 9 times out of 10. So how do we fix it? Just buff the damage! If they would just increase the base damage to 35 instead of 30, would probably fix most of the issues the Caber has. This change would prevent that light classes can take free hits or that they can survive a mini crit hit. That's literally all they have to do. The Sharkener is a weapon that lacks in purpose. It's basically useless on stock, worthless on Caber Jumper, and gimmicky at best on Caber Knight. The Sharkener is a very flawed weapon. It's unable to fulfill the thing it was meant to do after some tone-deaf changes were made to it. I really hope this weapon could get buffed because it didn't used to suck, or at least not as much. The Sharkener went from a relevant weapon to an obscure item, and unless Dorcas Digital does something about it, it's gonna stay the most botched weapon. Hi guys, it's me, the guy who made that video you just watched. And you know, to be honest, I don't feel like ending this video like this, so instead I will tell a funny story. Back then, somewhere when I was in the 5th or 6th grade, I was really interested in playing the Typical Colors Rehold, but I didn't know any games to play it on. But then I found this community called Typical Colors Classic Project, and also Tubular Community, but I'm not sure in which community it happened, so like pick your poison. And I joined the Discord server to see their progress, and it looked pretty good. But you know, someday somebody posted this image on the general chat. Note that I was on the 5th grade or 6th grade, I don't know. So there was, seeing an image of Marksman railing Agent. So that was pretty fun. And you know what's the funniest part? It ended up becoming an emoji for the server. And the moral of the story is, don't trust TC2 players.